What's going on, everybody? Hair here, and yes, it finally happened. It finally dropped. Season 4, the trailer, the official trailer from Netflix for Stranger Things. Again, Stranger Things Season 4, the official trailer from Netflix, finally dropped, and we are just going bananas. Everybody who's a fan just is going crazy right now. That's one of the most epic trailers I've ever seen for anything, to be honest. To be really honest with you, and it doesn't. I think it helps too that there's anticipation for it. It's been almost 3 years since the previous season, so the hardcore fans have been just desperately waiting, and they're waiting and waiting and waiting, and so have we. Man, what an incredible trailer. It begins with Max grieving over her brother, Billy, and who I think they're going to center the story around, just from what I've been checking out, dissecting, reading, and all that stuff. So she's grieving for him. He was the guy you hated at first, Billy. I'm talking about. Then he was a hero at the end because he saved his little sister. He sacrificed himself. And it just goes on from there. You see the kids are all grown up. I mean, of course they are. It's been 3 years. Everybody gets older in 3 years. You see 11 and what's the guy's name? Not Will. Will's the one that always dies. Mike. Why did I forget Mike? 11 and Mike, they're in California, and they're just living their own life there. Everybody else is in Hawkins, and then you have just everybody living their life, but it just goes crazier because this season seems to be centered around the Upside Down. Okay, because the season 3 didn't have a whole lot of the Upside Down. It was about Russian infantry and the kids just being kind of silly and crazy, avoiding all these military specialists, which, again, Season 3 got a lot of criticism, and I understand because there was a lot of unrealistic things, like the kids being able to outsmart these, top military Russian people, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It is what it is. I like the whole sci-fi aspect to it. But it wasn't everybody's fancy. I guess, is rated one of the worst seasons out of all 3, and now there's a 4th one. This one is, and they kind of stayed away from the Upside Down. This one, they're definitely going to be in the Upside Down. The creators said majority will be in there, and then it looks like there's a war happening. You see just all kinds of theatrics going on, and people say the characters themselves saying, "Let's do this, let's do it, we can do it," and they're going into the Upside Down to basically have a war with the creatures, the Demogorgons, and then another character who's introduced, which is none other than Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger himself. He is in it. They show him as an old man with his eyes cut out. Then they show this, at the very end, they show this of the preview, this super demonic character looking thing with arms, and there's even paying an homage to Freddy Krueger. They show like an arm that's kind of burnt. It's insane. It's so crazy. So I'm assuming he'll be the main antagonist this season, the main boss, the final boss that they'll battle. There's just so much going on with the Upside Down. They're going to be in there a lot. And I love it. The whole dark, edgy, just uncertainty of what it is of the Upside Down. They show 11 but they show flashbacks of 11 when she's a kid, when she's bald. But then they show her older bald too. So I don't know if they capture her, they shave her head. I don't know what's going on. They say, or she says in the episode or in the trailer that she's losing her power. She doesn't have her power. But then there's another crazy part that happens where it shows Max, who again that they're going to be centering the season around, I believe, according to the rumors, levitating at the gravesite. I believe it is. She's levitating in front of all her friends, and what's that about? Does she gain powers? That she is her brother Billy infiltrated in her, infused in her somehow, where he's giving her powers from the Upside Down? All these questions, we don't know, but we saw her levitating, which was insane. And then there's another aspect in the Upside Down, which I didn't want to forget. It's one of the most gnarliest things, just kick-ass, rock star type things. There's some dude with long hair playing the guitar, just shredding in the Upside Down, and just, I mean, when you're in there, you're just kind of the dead and all these different kind of creatures in there. But this dude is just shredding. Looks super gnarly in the Upside Down, just shredding. It looks so sick. It's awesome. It's so awesome. I don't know, is that a new character? Is it Billy? I have no idea. But it looked insane, and I'm all for it. This season just looks nuts. Adding, Freddy Krueger and the Robert Englund, having this character these kids getting older, and then the aspect of it, they have Journey, they have their song narrating it, but they have someone else who is Robert England narrating, saying something, and I'm paraphrasing, something about the beginning starts, or the beginning of the end, something like that. So it insinuates, is this the final season of Stranger Things? No, it's not. They've confirmed for season 5, and I believe season 5 is the final season according to just what's been out there. But again, I think if this season kills it, money talks. Why not just continue making it? Because again, for some people, they didn't like season 3. This looks extremely epic with just everything going on. I believe there's going to be a character death. I think there's going to be a character death for sure in this one. And if it's me, I think it's going to be Hopper. You know why? Because they've been teasing it. They've been teasing it since season 2. The last season they teased it when he was captured by the Russians. But he survived, and they show him, still there. He's bald now. I think he'll escape somehow. But I think he's finally going to get his death. And I kind of coincided with The Walking Dead. So every true Walking Dead fan knows that Glenn dies in the comics by Negan. But throughout the series, a lot of people that watched the series didn't read the comics, so they kept teasing Glenn's death for the few seasons. It never happened until finally, at the end, it happened like it did in his comics with Negan. I think they're doing that with Hopper. Hopper is a lovable character. Everybody likes him. He's silly. He's a cop, chubby guy. Everybody likes him. He's a likable character. I think his death would be very, very sad. He's already, not taking care of Eleven because she's in California with Mike. I think somehow they'll all get together and they'll all be in the same spot in Hawkins. But I think he's going to I think he'll have your character death, which is going to be just devastating, be very, very sad. And if he doesn't, then I think it's going to be Will, which I hope it's not Will because, 1, he's a kid. 2, he's been going through a lot. So I feel like every season he gets captured. So maybe he'll get some limelight this season. But his would be heartbreaking too, because mom would be devastated. They already teased his death in season 1. When he was, in the Upside Down, and then season 2 he was still kind of hypnotized with it. So if my 2 picks for the character deaths are Will and then Hopper, because I think both of those would be devastating. Of course, other people can die too. The ice cream makers, what are they? Steve, Robin, possibly. I think the Nancy, any one of those can possibly die. But I think Hopper and Will would have the biggest impact because they've gone through a lot already. So seeing one of them die would be just insane. But again, this season just looks nuts. If this isn't, they've hyped it up a lot. The whole, Stranger Things universe has just been going insane today. I've been seeing all kinds of just, people posting and commenting nonstop about it. It looks like it might be the best season of all time. It looks like one of the best. Again, it's one of the best trailers I've ever seen. So it's either the biggest tease, the biggest letdown of all time, or this is going to be just an insane season. Especially for people that didn't like season 3, and I liked season 3. But we shall see. I think it's going to be great. I cannot wait to see it. I do hope there is a character death. That does help. And I hope they do it right. I hope they don't just do it just to do it. I do think, too, we're going to see a reincarnation of Billy. I think he was a character people enjoyed to see. I think we're going to see maybe like an evil version, or, again, if he possesses Max, and that's why she's levitating, maybe there's something like that going on. I'm not sure, but I think you're going to get a couple callbacks from the previous seasons. I think I'm just speculating this is going to be, if not the best season they've ever done. It seems like those 3 years off during the pandemic and all that, they've been really putting some hard work into it, adding Robert England. I mean, there's a lot into this that I just can't see it not being great. I want to see why that dude is shredding in the Upside Down, playing the guitar like crazy. A lot of stuff I'm looking forward to. Maybe 11 will get her powers back and she saves the day, but that kind of happens a lot, so I don't know. We shall see. I'm here for it, though. I wish they didn't split it up in 2 parts, because I believe beginning of May, the first 4 come out, and then in July, the other 4 episodes come out, which is crazy. Why don't just let it all come out? We'll binge it. We want to see it all. So, I'm here for it. I can't wait. I want to see it. I want to see it right now. You best believe the beginning of May, we're watching that as soon as it comes out. This is her.